Hey there, shipmates. Whether you're a seasoned mariner or just starting your first voyage, welcome aboard. Life at sea is a unique adventure, full of challenges and rewards that only those who've sailed these waters truly understand. If you're reading this, you know the drill. Every day brings new tasks, new weather, and new responsibilities. From sunrise to sunset, we're constantly checking, double-checking, and making sure everything is shipshape. Out here on the open ocean, safety and efficiency are non-negotiable. There's no room for shortcuts when you're hundreds of miles from shore, surrounded by nothing but water and sky. Every procedure, every checklist, every drill matters. That's where the IMO comes in, the International Maritime Organization. This global body is the backbone of maritime safety and environmental protection, setting the standards that keep our industry running. These folks set the rules, the regulations, the standards that keep things running smoothly, or at least as smoothly as they can on a rocking, rolling vessel. Their work touches every aspect of our daily routines, from how we navigate to how we handle emergencies. We're talking SOLAS, MARPOL, ISPS acronyms that are as familiar to a seasoned sailor as the back of their hand. Each one represents a set of rules designed to keep us safe, protect the environment, and ensure ships operate responsibly. They're the lifeblood of maritime operations, and for good reason. They save lives and protect our oceans. From lifeboat drills to pollution prevention, these standards are the reason we can do our jobs with confidence, knowing we're prepared for whatever the sea throws at us. But here's a question. Ever heard of ISO? As the world of shipping evolves, new standards are emerging, and ISO is becoming increasingly important for modern seafarers. It stands for International Organization for Standardization, and it's about to become your new best friend on the high seas. ISO brings a fresh perspective to safety, quality, and efficiency, helping us raise the bar even higher as we navigate the future of maritime life. Now, ISO isn't just some maritime thing, it's a big deal everywhere. From how your coffee's packaged to the safety standards of your hard hat. They're all about creating a common language for quality and safety across the globe. Think of it like this. You're in a foreign port, you don't speak the language, but you see a familiar sign. That's ISO, a universal symbol of trust and reliability. Here's the kicker: participation is voluntary. No one's forcing you to adopt ISO standards. But here's the other kicker. Why wouldn't you? By voluntarily meeting these globally recognized benchmarks, you're sending a clear message. You're committed to excellence, efficiency, and doing things the right way. Let's break it down. Both ISO and IMO are all about making the maritime world a safer, cleaner, more efficient place. But they go about it in different ways. IMO, as we said, sets the mandatory regulations. They're the law, enforced by governments, no two ways about it. ISO, on the other hand, is more like a trusted advisor. They provide guidelines, best practices, and a framework for continuous improvement. Think of it like this. IMO says you need a lifeboat. ISO says, here's how to build and maintain that lifeboat to the highest standards, ensuring it's always ready when you need it. See the difference? One's about compliance, the other is about going above and beyond. Now let's talk numbers, not just any numbers, but the ones you'll see everywhere in the world of shipping and maritime operations. These numbers might look random at first, but they actually hold the key to understanding how ships, companies, and crews keep everything running smoothly and safely. You'll see a lot of them with ISO 9001, 14001, 45001. These aren't just codes, they're like badges of honor for organizations that want to show they're serious about doing things right. And then there's 27001, another important number in the ISO family. Each one's like a secret code for a different aspect of your operations. Think of them as specialized toolkits, each designed to help you master a different challenge on board or ashore. Don't worry, they're not as intimidating as they sound. In fact, once you get to know them, you'll see they're here to make your life easier, not harder. ISO 9001 is all about quality management. It's the backbone of making sure everything is done right, every time. Think clear procedures, efficient processes, and a culture where everyone knows what's expected of them. The result? Happy customers, or in our case, satisfied passengers and charterers who trust you to deliver a safe, reliable journey. It's about building a reputation for excellence, voyage after voyage. IASO 14001 is your environmental wingman. In today's world, protecting the environment isn't just a nice to have. it's a must. This standard helps you put systems in place to manage your environmental responsibilities. It helps you minimize your impact, reduce waste, and make sure you're doing your part to protect the planet. From sorting recyclables to monitoring emissions, every action counts, and keep the ocean clean. After all, the sea is our home and our livelihood. It's up to us to keep it healthy for future generations. ISO 45001 is all about keeping your most valuable assets safe, your crew. Safety isn't just a checklist, it's a mindset that runs through every part of your operation. It's about creating a safe working environment, reducing risks, and preventing accidents before they happen. Regular drills, up-to-date equipment, and a crew that knows what to do in an emergency. That's what this standard is all about. It also means looking after the health and well-being of everyone on board, from the engine room to the bridge. ISO 27001 is the digital age guardian. It's all about cyber security, data protection, and making sure your ship's sensitive information stays safe. In a world where ships are more connected than ever, this standard helps you guard against hackers, malware, and other digital threats that could disrupt your voyage or compromise your data. It's about staying one step ahead so your operations run smoothly and securely, no matter what the digital world throws at you. And those years after the numbers, you might notice dates like 2015 or 2018 printed on your certificates. Those are the revision years. Just like software updates, they show you're working with the latest version of the standard. ISO standards get updated to keep up with the times. As technology, regulations, and best practices evolve, so do the standards, making sure you're always prepared for what's next on the horizon. We've touched on these before, but let's give them their due. The IMO codes are not just a set of rules, they're the foundation of safe, responsible, and secure shipping worldwide. Every vessel, from the smallest cargo ship to the largest cruise liner, is governed by these codes, and understanding them is essential for anyone working at sea or in the maritime industry. IMO codes are the backbone of maritime law. They set the standards that keep ships, cargo, crew, and the environment safe. Without these codes, international shipping would be chaotic and dangerous, with each country following its own rules. The IMO brings everyone together under a unified system, making global trade possible and reliable. SOLAS, or safety of life at sea, is the big one. It's the oldest and most important of all the IMO codes, first adopted after the Titanic disaster in 1914. SOLAS has evolved over the decades, but its core mission remains the same: to protect lives at sea by setting minimum safety standards for the construction, equipment, and operation of ships. It covers everything from hull integrity and fire safety to life-saving appliances and navigation equipment. SOLAS requires regular drills, inspections, and maintenance to ensure that ships are always ready to respond to emergencies. It's why you see lifeboats, fire extinguishers, and emergency plans on every vessel. SOLAS makes them mandatory. Then there's MARPOL, the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships. MARPOL was created in response to growing concerns about oil spills and marine pollution, and it's now the global standard for protecting our oceans from ship-generated waste. Keeping our oceans clean is everyone's responsibility, and MARPOL sets the rules for preventing pollution from oil, sewage, garbage, and air emissions. It divides the world's oceans into special areas with stricter controls, and it requires ships to use pollution prevention equipment, keep detailed records, and follow strict procedures for handling waste. Thanks to MARPOL, ships today are far cleaner and more environmentally friendly than ever before. Next, we have the ISM, or International Safety Management Code. The ISM code was introduced to address the human element in shipping, recognizing that even the best equipment is useless without proper management and a safety culture. This one's all about a ship's safety management system. It's about having clear procedures, good communication, and a culture of safety on board. The ISM code requires every shipping company to develop and implement a safety management system tailored to their operations. This means regular training, drills, and audits, as well as a commitment from top management to prioritize safety at every level. And finally, ISPS, the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code. Introduced after the events of 9/11, the ISPS code is all about protecting ships and ports from security threats, including terrorism, piracy, and smuggling. In a world with evolving threats, ISPS is all about preventing acts of terrorism and other security incidents at sea and in port. It requires ships and port facilities to assess risks, Implement security plans and train personnel to respond to potential threats. Security drills, access controls, and surveillance are all part of the ISPS framework, helping to keep global trade safe and secure. These codes are the law enforced by flag states and port state control. Inspectors regularly board ships to check for compliance, reviewing paperwork, inspecting equipment, and interviewing crew. Non-compliance can lead to heavy fines, detention, or even banning a ship from entering ports. You know the drill: no compliance, no sailing. For every seafarer and shipping company, understanding and following these IMO codes isn't just a legal requirement, it's a commitment to safety, environmental protection, and global security. The next time you see a ship at sea, remember, behind every voyage is a framework of international rules working quietly to keep our oceans safe and our world connected. Now here's where the magic happens. ISO and IMO aren't competing forces, they're two sides of the same coin. Think of IMO as setting the stage and ISO as giving you the tools and techniques to deliver a flawless performance. Take ISM, for example. It mandates a safety management system, but it doesn't tell you exactly how to create one. That's where ISO 9001 comes in, providing a framework for developing, implementing, and maintaining a robust and effective SMS. By adopting ISO standards, you're not just ticking boxes for compliance, you're building a culture of continuous improvement where safety, efficiency, and environmental responsibility are woven into the fabric of your operations. Let's get practical. How does this all translate to your day-to-day onboard? Imagine this. You're a chief officer and there's a near-miss incident on deck. With a robust SMS in place, thanks to ISO 9001, you're able to investigate the incident thoroughly, identify the root cause, and implement corrective actions to prevent it from happening again. Or maybe you're the chief engineer and you're looking to reduce your ship's environmental footprint. ISO 14001 provides you with a framework for monitoring your fuel consumption, minimizing waste, and implementing energy-efficient practices. The result: a cleaner ship and a healthier ocean. Look, we get it. Standards, codes, regulations. It can feel like a lot of paperwork. But here's the thing. It's not about the paperwork. It's about people. It's about protecting lives, preserving our oceans, and ensuring that the maritime industry continues to thrive. By embracing both ISO and IMO, you're not just following the rules, you're setting a new standard for excellence. You're showing the world that you're serious about safety, committed to environmental stewardship, and dedicated to running a tight ship in every sense of the word. So there you have it. ISO and IMO. So two seemingly different worlds working together to make the maritime industry a safer, cleaner, and more efficient place. By embracing both, you're not just complying with regulations, you're investing in a better future for yourself, your crew, and the planet. And that, my friends, is something worth striving for. Keep those standards high, keep those decks clean, and keep on sailing.